What's going on, guys? JPB Duel here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Thursday. And again, a quick reminder, I do live stream on Twitch every day. If you guys want to check me out when I do go live, watch me suffer against Sword Soul and different meta decks, you guys can do so. Link is in the video description itself, so you guys can help yourself with that. With that being said, for today's game, I am going second. And what a surprise, right? I'm Diamond 2 right now. Currently, I have hit Diamond 2 with playing the Prank Kids only deck. I'm pretty close to Diamond 1. And in High Diamond, the only decks you usually face against are either Zodiac Tri with the DPE engine or the Sword Soul. Occasionally you'll go against some other decks, but like usually this is all you'll face. So his whole field at the end of his turn, after he goes through his thing, is gonna be a Rugal, which lets him special out a monster from his graveyard onto the field, right? A quick effect bounce with the Ancient Warriors. I know one of the cards set down is a Revolt because he searched for the Revolt off of the Bear Prum. The other card, I have no idea. The other card could be a Call By, it could be Imperm, it could be Forbidden Droplet, it could be anything else, right? So, if you guys look at my hand, I have Poly plus a combo extension of Instant Fusion in my hand. So, this dude has 3 disruptions. The Bounce, the Revolt Banish, Revolt Omen Banish, and Rugal specials out one more from the grave, which will trigger Omen again to banish another card on the field. So, how do I try to play through this field? I go into my turn, I draw into a Pansies. I start my turn off by activating Polymerization, going into Rocket Ride. This right here allows me to activate my graveyard activation, so this way, even if he bounces one card on the field, I still have access to my combo, right? So this bounce, gone. If my opponent, so I kind of, this was kind of, this was kind of a, I wouldn't say misplay, but like, it would have affected my whole play if he had chosen to activate all his cards. Using the Poly, I should have gone into Weather Watcher over Rocket Ride because I did have Instant Fusion in my hand to go into Rocket Ride if he chose to activate his Ancient Warrior plus Revolt plus Rugal to completely kill off my field, right? It wasn't a misplay. It was just, if my opponent thought about it, he could have killed my play. But that's about it. So, I go into my combo using the Lamps on the field, go into Meow. Special out a copy of Dropsies. Again, since I did start with a Poly, that means I'm not logged into Prank Kids monsters only. So, my first thought right here was tributing Rocket Ride to get my Dropsies that I currently had in the graveyard onto the field, so I could go into Totally Awesome. I was hoping my opponent would not bounce one of my Dropsies or activate Revolt to banish one of my Dropsies. Like, I needed the Totally Awesome, and my opponent did not do it. He was being really patient with his disruptions, I don't know why. So now I have Totally Awesome in the field, right? I have one negate towards any of the disruptions that my opponent puts on me. So now I go into my Diddle-Doo using the Meow move plus the Roxy's on the field. I activate Roxy's in the grave, chain block with my Diddle-Doo. This Diddle-Doo will search me for a Pranks. Like, I need Pranks because I'm going through a lot of Prank Kids cards to recycle in case I can't kill him off. Like, I know for a fact I won't be able to kill him off this turn. But, guys, this was a ridiculous top deck, alright? I top deck into a Harpy's Feather Duster off of the Roxy's Banish plus Draw. This will force him to activate his back row sets, which means he will be forced to activate Revolt as Chain Link 2 after the Chain Link goes. So that's the Chain Link to Revolt. This means I could use Totally Awesome to negate the Revolt itself now instead of the bounce. So no Omen, no Banish. He Chain Links his Rugal to try to get the Nerval on the field, so I call by the grave the Nerval. No special summons off of the graveyard. His card set on the field was a Forbidden Droplet. Now, if you guys notice, I specialed out a copy of Dropsies off of the Roxy's, right? This was because I was kinda hoping to use the Dropsies on the field from the effect of Totally Awesome, right? But when the game was going, I thought, if my opponent had a Forbidden Droplet on the field, my Totally Awesome would be negated and his Revolt would go off. That's why I tributed my Totally Awesome. Yeah, he could have had a Call by the Grave on the field, right? It was either or, 50-50, Call by the Grave or Forbidden Droplet. I chose to believe my opponent had a Forbidden Droplet on the field, so I attributed my Totally Awesome to negate the activation of Revolt, which turned out to be a really good play, and his Revolt got negated. So Forbidden Droplet, Chainlink 6, Forbidden Droplet, he sends the Revolt to the grave to target my Doodle-Doo. Alright, I can't tribute my Doodle-Doo to get my cards out, fine. So now he's only left with the bounce off of the Ancient Warrior on the field. I already got all his other disruptions out of the way. I want to force this bounce, so I normal out dropsies that I get off of the Totally in my grave, go into another Doodle-Doo, go into battle phase to force out his bounce off of the Ancient Warrior because I wanted to go into Predaplant in my main phase 2. Right? Main phase 2 Predaplant. So here I had another choice. It was a judgment call on my part. I could have gone into DPE or Battle Butler because I had all the materials required for the Butler in the grave. So if I had gone into DPE, that means I already went through battle phase. I cannot pop both his cards. I can only pop one of his cards, right? If I had gone into DPE and he drew into a one card start combo starter card, like, you know, if he drew into Fractal, that means the DPE would have been useless, right? Because he would have the effect of Keras, like the full effect combo from Fractal would have been him going into his full combo. So I chose to go into Battle Butler because Battle Butler offers me a full board Raigeki. So I send to the grave my Thunder Dragon Fusion, go into my Butler, and then activate Pranks, set down Crossout, end my turn. At the end of the turn, activate Pranks, recycle 3 cards, that's it. Draw into another starter card, really nice. For next turn, I could make a combo happen. So, opponent's draw phase, I pop his field. I do not want to deal with any cards on the field that he may have. He draws into a Zodiac Whiptail. He was trying to go into Dryden and stuff like that. I did not want any of that happening. So I instantly popped my Butler, just wiped out his field, and my opponent scoops off of that completely. So sometimes you have to think what kind of play you want to make, what your opponent cards will be, and play around that. So you have to be really careful in Master Duel. Alright, that's going to be the end of the game, guys. If you guys want to check me out when I go live on Twitch, again, links in the video description itself. This is JPB Duel signing out for today. See you guys in the next video. Peace!